Hi guys, how you doing? I just wanted to make a little video on something that I've been touching upon recently about changing who we are to bettering who we are. Um, a few of the people I've spoken to recently, someone in particular said, "Look, can you make a video on this? Can you explain this a little bit better? I've read some of your posts and comments, but I just want to know what it is that you're referring to." So here it is. It's just an off-the-cuff video. I haven't sat and planned it. There's no script to this, so if I go a little bit haywire, just stick with me. I'm a firm believer that we cannot change who we are. I don't believe we can change who we are. Now, I'm not here to talk about the politics of that, and I'm not here to upset or rile anybody. Just hear me out. I don't think we can change who we are. I do believe, however, we can better who we are. And by being a better version of ourselves, we'll have a change to our lives. Now, what do I mean by that? Simple. I'll use myself as an example. I used to thrive on negativity. It was what kept me going. I was such a negative person. Yes, I may have said some positive things, but ultimately I thrived on negativity. And we as people, we seem to be able, we'll have discussions, and we work better on negativity than we do on positivity. We thrive on it. We'll sit and have conversations and bitch and moan about what someone else has done, or what someone else has said, or what someone else is going to do, and we'll sit and bitch and moan about it. When was the last time we had a conversation with someone about, oh, have you seen what this person's doing? Oh, that's so amazing. And yeah, that's such a good person. And, I've learned this, or it just brings me joy and positivity. We don't. We just don't. So what do I mean by we can better ourselves? We can't necessarily change ourselves. Now, like I said, I'm not going to stand here or sit here and go into the politics of all that. I'm not here to upset anybody, complete opposite. So for me, I'll use myself as an example. When I drive to work, right, I'll drive to work, and I used to be, as many people watching this will know from even in my past, I used to be a really aggressive, angry driver. In fact, my wife will even contest to that. I would look for every opportunity to get into confrontation with someone. Basically, I was a dick. Excuse my French. And I thrived on that. But it was always the other person's fault. It was never my fault. I was always in the right. I'm the world's best driver. They've caused me this. It's their fault. I'm perfectly entitled to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe I was. Maybe at times it was my entitlement on the road to do X, Y, and Z. But why get into confrontation? So, using that as an example, when I drive to work, there's certain parts of my journey where inevitably I can see someone's going to cut me up. Someone's going to pull in front at the last minute because they've been hoofing it down the dual carriageway, and they're going to pull in front of me. It's going to happen. Now, I've got two options. I can speed up, try and cut them off, try and make them get behind me. I can beep at them, I can flip them, I can shout at them, I can do whatever. Or, I see it's going to happen. I can just simply flash, in your company, done. What impact was that going to have on my day either way? How is that going to change my life? It's not. So the positive thing there for me to do, that better thing for me to do, was just let somebody in. There we go. And then I feel good. I'm like, okay, cool. No need to get into a confrontation. No need to get riled up and put my adrenaline through the roof. There you go, and you come. I've forgotten about it. But that one little thing is that in that moment, it made me that 1% better. And if we keep applying that on everything we do, right? If we can have that glass half full rather than glass half empty mindset, it's amazing what'll happen. And trust me when I say that I have that. And again, I'll reference my past. Many people know me and know that, Luke, you are not a glass half full guy. You're negative, you're angry, you're riled up, you're argumentative, you're confrontational. And you know what? 100% you were right. I was exactly that person. I'm not even gonna. I'm not saying otherwise. I agree with you, and it's taken me a long time to get to where I'm at now. So I'm not gonna stand here and preach to you and say you must all do this. Right? It's the end of the day. It's your decision. And when I say I don't care, I mean I don't care. I don't. I try not to fill my head with hate and regret and emotions that are negative, because, like, by saying that, negative emotions are still emotions. Emotions take up space in your brain, they take up effort, they take up energy. I can better utilize that elsewhere. I have no hate for anybody, no hate, because hate, again, is an emotion. Emotion takes up space. You've got to keep working at hate. You've got to keep working it to keep that hate there. Bollocks to it. I don't need you. You're out of my life. But what I mean on the other side of that is I try and better everything I do. I try and be a better version of me, which will naturally make changes, right? We can all say that we want to change something. Maybe you want to change the house you live in. Maybe you want to change your job. Maybe you want to change your car. Maybe you want to change your clothes. Okay, but these are all almost short-lived emotions. They're short-lived feelings. And there's nothing wrong with having new stuff and changing those things. But that's not changing you, is it? That's just something you're changing in your life. So if you look and go, do you know what, I would love to be happy. Why can't I be happy? You can be happy. There's only one thing stopping you being happy. There's only one thing stopping you feeling the way you are. There's only one thing stopping you getting that help that maybe you want and need. And the crux of it all is you. It is simply you. You can stand there and feel sorry for yourself because you've gone through hell and you've gone through these pains and this abuse or this situation or whatever. And okay, but feeling sorry for yourself is not going to make things any better. You're just dwelling on that negative emotion. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but as many people can vouch, I've gone through absolute hell. Absolute hell. I've lost my career because of mental health. I damn near lost my life and my family. I've been hospitalized. I've been sectioned. I've been to the absolute depths of hell. I've had abuse, and physically, mentally, and sexually. And okay, that's all happened, but it was me that made that conscious effort to go and get that help, right? In whatever form it may be. If you want to sit there and think the world owes you a favor and you're waiting for that big hand to come and land on your shoulder and say, there, it's all going to be all right, or you prefer for people to come and feel sorry for yourself, okay, fine, but nothing positive is ever going to happen. It's as simple as that. It's not. I'm sorry. In fact, no, I'm not sorry. So, I know that sounds harsh and it sounds blunt, but what I mean by that is you're making those small things to make your everyday life better. Maybe it's doing something that, maybe you walk into work and say hi to 10 people, or hi to somebody, that person that maybe walks past you every day on the way to work. Morning, hi. Maybe you're that person who someone said hi to, and then you think, oh, someone said hi to me this morning. Oh, that's really nice. And then your mind's like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to say hi to somebody else. Maybe it's letting that driver pull in front of you that you inevitably see is going to happen. Maybe it's asking how someone else is doing, waiting to be asked how you're doing yourself. Maybe taking an interest in something you didn't take an interest in before. But small little differences, those small little acts of being better will have that huge life change that maybe you are seeking. But we can't change who we are. We can only make ourselves better. And by doing one thing a day, one little thing, whatever it is, that brings a form of positivity and a way of doing something better, will have such a knock-on positive effect you won't even realize. And then those little things build up, your mindset and everything changes, and before you know it, boom, life is amazing. And we can change our way of thinking, right? And by going, well, let's be glass half full rather than glass half empty, we can change that. We can change the way that we outlook on something. We can't necessarily just change who we are. We can't change our personalities. I still have a short temper. I can't change that, right? I have dark hair. Yes, I can dye it, but I'm not actually changing it, am I? It's a temporary fix. So all these things need to start with a mindset. And I don't care if I get hate. I don't care if people want to slap me for it. I'm not really bothered because it won't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I don't have anything in my life that doesn't bring some form of positivity in some way or another. And it makes you feel amazing. Anybody watching this that knows me will probably think Luke's high, Luke's drunk, or Luke's found God. No, and no. It is just literally, maybe I'm late to the party with this, and maybe you're watching this going, oh, well done. We've been saying this for years and we're living this. You're just old in the tooth now at 37. Maybe, but maybe there's people watching this that go, oh, actually, okay, yeah, maybe that is right. Maybe I'll try that. Yeah. And there's many things out there, you know, that can work for you. There's no sponsorship in any of this. There's no underlying factor. It's just me telling you what works for me, and maybe a little bit of truth. Truths that maybe you wouldn't necessarily hear from the people around you because they're maybe worried on how you're going to feel. But ultimately, just we can be better versions of ourselves. We can't change who we are, and the world doesn't owe you a favor. You owe yourself a favor, and you owe yourself a favor to be a better version of yourself. And from that, from me, I've become a better husband, a better father, a better son, a better nephew, a better uncle, a better godfather, a better grandson, an overall better person. But I had to do it for me, not for anybody else. That mindset is for me. The rest will follow. I promise you. So thank you for watching. Say what you want to say. And if anybody else wants me to make something else, then by all means. But hopefully that's cleared up to you personally what I meant by, you know, being better and making changes. Yeah, I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye-bye.